Alright guys, so a little bit of a different video today. We're going to start off, I'm actually about to head in for a business meeting at croooober/upgarage headquarters here. And we're going to be having a sponsorship meeting and talking about making an awesome video. This is actually where the old upgarage is. You can see there it now says croooober Holdings. But anyways, I'm going to head inside and we're going to have our meeting. And then after that, we're going to go get us some blah, 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 blah. Get up to some stuff for the vlog. Check out all the upgarage stores that they have in Japan. This wall goes on forever. This office is so cool. Okay guys, so I just got out of the meeting and we did it. I'm really excited. We've got some awesome video ideas planned. Can you believe that like it's black outside now and pouring with rain? I have no idea where that weather just came from a really sunny day. But I'm pulled over on the side of the road right now, so I can't talk much. But what I wanted to explain to you guys is I found out some interesting information about croooober that I didn't know. So the word croooober has 4 zeros there, right? Those 4 O's, they're not zeros, they're O's, stands for 4 tires and wheels on a car. And then the word like crew in Japanese, that means like crazy and obsessed. And then there's also like, it also sounds like kuruma, which means car. And then there's also like bur at the end is referring to basho, which means like place. So essentially, if you look at it directly translated, it's like crazy and obsessed car place. And that's essentially what croooober is becoming, like what their goal is to become. It's like an online marketplace like eBay, Yahoo Auctions, but internationally, people can buy any of these used parts overseas, and that's kind of, I guess, that's exactly what they want to be. It's literally an online marketplace like eBay and stuff like that. So it's really interesting, and not only is upgarage parts going to be on there, but other sellers across Japan that are also selling their stuff on Yahoo Auctions will eventually end up on croooober, and some already are. So check that out. Like if you're ever interested in getting used car parts from Japan, definitely check out croooober. I know the shipping is going to sometimes be a bit expensive, but that's just the fact of buying something internationally, especially heavy things like diffs and stuff like that. It's just how it's gonna be. But anyways, I just had a car pass and beep at me, so I definitely need to leave. I can't keep doing this whole pull over thing and just put hazards on here in Japan, although everyone seems to do it and get away with it. I don't know why. I've been talking for too long, even though I said I wouldn't. So let's drive home. The weather's kind of taking a turn for a worse, so I have no idea what I'm going to do for the rest of the day, but we'll find something to do. It might just be a let's drive around with Sam vlog. Anyways, I need to get gas, so we're going to do that. Okay, so I just drove past this car park near my house, and I saw some cool cars in here. This is a standard car park here in Japan that you hire to park your car. It's like $100 a month. And I didn't actually see this Terreno here first. I actually saw this 35 GTR and these 2 S2000s. I'm like, what are these things doing sitting here? How crazy is this? Like fully track spec'd out S2K, like roll caged out, all the interior stripped out. Super cool. Then there's like, I guess no, it's another way, it's tracked out as well. What the hell? All stripped out, roll caged out as well. That's cool. I love S2000. So 2 track spec S2Ks, and then maybe this is his daily R35 GTR. But I don't know, man, if I owned one of these, I would not be parking it here. Like, I don't know if he's driven this for a while too. Look at the rust on the rotors. That's kind of sad, but still kind of awesome if he's got enough money to just do stuff like that. Like, man, I don't know if you've I'm pretty sure I've told you guys in the vlogs before, but I really want a 35 as a daily car. Anyways, and then there's this Terreno here, which was kind of like a little bonus. As I drove in, I saw it. But how cool is that? I guess today's video, even though the weather's turned to crap, we're doing car treasure hunts. But yeah, really nice Terreno. He's got semi-slicks on the front. Yokohama semi-slicks on the rear as well, and actually pretty clean. Nice couple of Recaros in there. It's hard to see, I know, with the water on the windshield. Looks like a carbon hood. He's got a little half cage kind of thing going on there. I don't know if you can see that there, but yeah, it's kind of nice. It's actually really nice. You see if there's any rust spots in the usual places on this. No, damn, actually, it's really nice. Normally on these things, you always see like rust coming up here and then here, like around the edge of the boot, and then also on the bottom of the taillight. But this has been like really nicely either looked after or it's had some body work. Looks good. Nice rear strut brace. And then the rest of the cars are, you know, people's dailies and family cars. So that's the thing, like here in Japan, if you have a car obsession, you can get a whole bunch of cars, pay $100 a month per car, depending on where you live. If you were closer to Tokyo, like where I used to live in Yoga, in Setagaya, it was like $300 to $400 a month to park your car in something like this. But damn, actually, I didn't see that this thing had a brake kit. AP Racing brake upgrade kit. Oh, and it's separated rotors too. Damn, he spent some money on this. But then this one's still got the factory brakes. Ah, he's put wood under the front wheels as well. I wonder if that's to like get it up on a trailer, because I don't see any plates on that. I think that's track only. And then that's like his daily that he races, I guess, on the street. So cool to just come across a car park like this in Japan. Anyways, I'm gonna jump in my car and see if we can find another one. I don't know though. Don't know if we'll find something with like 4 awesome cars like this. All right, let's go. Okay, so it super sucks that I got rained out today. I can't control the weather though. I am pretty bummed though, because I was planning to work on the oil cooler kit and install a thermostat and show you guys, you know, what that is, how it works, why it's important, and all that kind of stuff. But obviously, like I said, I can't control the weather. So what I decided to do for the rest of this video was actually a bit of Q&A and kind of like interaction with you guys. What I decided to do was actually put on my Instagram story, a story and the little question box thing. And I said, hey guys, ask me any questions that you'd like me to answer in the video. I'm gonna pick the best ones and I'm gonna add them to the end of the video. And I think that's a good thing that I actually have been playing with the idea of wanting to do this anyways. So it worked out perfect, especially on days like today when I can't control the weather and things like this happen. I think it's a good way to finish out the video. So I want to try and do this at least once a month. I think it's just a really good idea to be interactive with you guys and to make sure I'm also answering those questions that, you know, I would rather kind of like put in a video than having to reply to 1,000 people about the same thing, if you get my drift. So anyways, the first question I wanted to go with was best way to rent a JDM car to drive around in Japan. Example 180SX and Skylines and stuff like that. So the person that asked this question, I'm gonna put their Instagram here so they know that it was their question and not someone else's. As well guys, if you're not already following me on Instagram, make sure you do. I'll put my Instagram on the screen as well so that you guys can get involved next time I do this. So yeah, this person wants to know, you know, how can they rent a JDM car, drive it around Japan, I guess while they're on holidays and stuff like that. And the best way to do that is there's a bunch of companies here in Japan. One of them is called Fun to Drive, FUN number 2 and then drive. And they let you rent, you know, like GTRs. They recently, unfortunately, had a bit of an accident. Their 240Z, really nice S30Z, Fairlady Z, just completely like burst into flames on the person that was renting it, and it was all over like Twitter and the news. It was kind of a big deal here. Yeah, there are other companies that do that kind of thing. Fun to Drive is more about like a day kind of like package where you get to like drive around Mount Haruna and like the whole initial D kind of experience and Shijimakari and things like that. So I'm not sure if you want to go with them, but there are definitely other companies that let you like rent a GTR or any other Japanese car for periods of time. But you can't do any of that. You can't even like go on the Mario Kart kind of go-kart tours around the streets of Tokyo without an international driver's license. So many people message me and they're like, bro, is there any way that I can drive? I'm already here and I never got my international driver's license. And it's like, well, sorry, no, you can't. You have to get your international driver's license. Even if you're not planning to drive, I recommend doing it. I know in Australia it's only like $50, and once you get it, it's good for a year. So make sure you do that. Otherwise, it's gonna suck, because I know for a fact that doesn't matter if you don't plan to do it, you'll end up coming here and you'll end up wanting to do something spontaneous, and it is so much easier to get around by car to all these really cool places, especially car-orientated things. You need a car. Next question I wanted to answer was, could you put more typical Japanese stuff in a video, like vending machines? Sure, I can work on that. I can do that. I used to actually kind of, you know, like when I was like at the track and stuff like that, I'd like film myself going up to a vending machine and getting a drink and stuff. But I thought that that was like, you know, there's only so much I can fit in like, you know, 15 minutes or 10 minutes and stuff like that. And I feel like if I make the video super long, like 20-30 minutes, you know, obviously not that many people have a long attention span for stuff like that. So it's kind of difficult for me to add things like that in there if it seems like maybe people aren't interested in that and it's a time waster. But I have actually had a few people message me saying that they want to see more things like that. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to work on, and definitely going to consider next time I'm shooting, like when I go to vending machines or when I go into like a Japanese supermarket, convenience and stuff like that. I can show you just some things that I guess I take for granted now because I've lived here for 3 years, so I just don't think anyone wants to see that. But now that I think about it, you guys probably all want to see that. So tell me in the comment section some other things that you may want me to just show. You know, it can be the simplest thing. Maybe you want to see Japanese toilet seats. I don't know. All right, next question. What's the next car that you plan on owning? Obviously it's an S15. We've spoken about this on the vlogs heaps. Reason for that, S15 is pretty much the chassis of choice for drifting competitively. And I mean, you just have to look at the history of like D1 drivers and, you know, Formula D drivers. Until they get stupid, crazy amounts of money from sponsors and stuff, they've all pretty much start out in an S15. They just handle amazingly. Everyone in Japan, like all the workshops, say that the S15 is like the thoroughbred of all the S chassis and any other chassis that's ever come out for drifting. Just the way it handles is just amazing. Parts are cheap, readily available, so many aftermarket parts. The suspension setup is super easy to get locked really cheaply, so you can get massive angle out of them, like with pretty much spending like no more than like $300. So it's just like the chassis of choice. Engine wise, I am gonna go with the SR to start off with. I've got to give it a go. Oka-chan would murder me if I didn't give the SR20 a raw hot go. So I need to do that, and I feel like I owe the SR20 that. I give it so much crap, but I've never owned one, so I think that's a little bit. Yeah, I need to try it, I guess. So I want to give it a go. I mean, I've been watching Oka-chan smash them and have heaps of fun, although he breaks a lot of them, but that's mainly because he's just trying out new settings and things on the tunes and the maps and stuff like that, and he doesn't have a dyno, so he does all of his like, you know, R&D work with all that type of stuff out on the track, and if he blows a couple head gaskets or breaks it, he just rebuilds it. It's not a big deal for him. He's got so many SR parts lying around, it's crazy. I swear I could put together like 20 SR motors out of just the crap lying around that I can see. Like, he has 2 levels in there. If you've ever seen his workshop, it's, whew, he's got parts like hidden in places. It's hilarious. Anyways, next question. Oh, this is kind of related to an S15. Are you going to buy an S15 if you crash the 33.4? Hopefully I don't crash the 33.4. If I do crash it, I guess it depends on the level of damage of crash, you know what I mean? Like, is it salvageable? Is it a complete, like, can't be used? So let's just say I did crash the 33.4. If it was repairable, I'd repair it because it's a good practice car. My actual plans with the car is that when I get my S15, which I'd like to get next year, is literally that it's going to live at Ebisu and become my my Ebisu practice car. I don't plan on it becoming looking like a crushed beer can, but if that does happen, it happens, you know. I think all in all, like, my intentions from the get-go have always been that car is going to be like my practice car, the car that gets me comfortable behind the wheel. So I'm not afraid to, you know, have a whole bunch of fun at the track learning and stuff and accidentally, you know, make a mistake. Mistakes, I just expect that they're going to happen because I'm learning something new, right? This is going to go on for a while, I think. But yeah, you get the gist of it, right? Like, from the get-go, I knew it was going to be my practice car. It was going to be the thing that, like, really just like kickstarts and gets me there. And the first thing that I had to do was I had to get out of my brain that I'm gonna break something, you know what I mean? Like, I had to get that fear out of me, and I had to come with terms that I'm gonna break stuff, I'm gonna damage stuff, I'm gonna hit things, you know? And I think that's super important, you know, whatever car you wanna get into motorsport with. I'm not saying be stupid and crash into everything and just do stupid stuff. and like purposely like destroy your car because you want it to look like one of those cool missiles at Ebisu. Like, it's not about that whatsoever. All I'm saying is, you know, you need to know that the sport that you're involved in means that if you make an accident, you are going to break something, and you need to understand that and know that and be okay with it. Because if you just have one little bingle and damage your car and then go stuff it, I'm never drifting ever again, then you never really were into the sport to begin with, because you never actually took on the risks and understood them. So anyways, I'm ranting there, but yeah, so if I ever did crash the 33.4, I'm okay with that. That's what happens when you learn, and depending on where it's at damage wise, if it's salvageable, I'll definitely repair it, and it would just fast track going to Ebisu to be my practice car there. If it was completely unrepairable, like straight in the side pole or something, completely twist and bent chassis rails, all that type of stuff, I'd take all the running gear off it and I would store it, because I would probably end up putting that in my S15. Obviously, you know, it all depends. It's all kind of like a what if scenario, and that hasn't happened yet, and I don't think it will happen. It's not my plan for that to happen. So yeah, I don't think I'll crash it. But if I do, I do. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 more questions. First one's really simple and easy. It's another person asking, when are you buying an S15? This is like the 3rd, I think, question relating to an S15. Next year, it all depends on the money. So hopefully things go well. And the next one is, would you ever own any rotary car? Right now, my priority is my Nissans, obviously. But totally in the future, I have huge plans for this channel. We're doing awesome builds and stuff like that on different cars, new things, not just Nissans. You know, because I want to learn something new, and the best way for me to learn something new is to just jump straight in the deep end and go full steam ahead. So, you know, I have so many big plans of cars that I want to build. I don't really want to talk about them with you guys yet, because I feel like that would lessen the surprise. When we finally get to the stage of, you know, like bulk subscribers, I don't have to work full time, and I've got like a shed and stuff like that that I can work in. That's where I want to go with this channel. Totally unique, crazy builds. And yes, I want to build a crazy rotary. My favorite car that I would probably put the rotary in would be the RX-7 FC. Those chassis to me just, they do it for me, man. So anyways, yes, I do like rotaries. But I also like making jokes about apex seals coming out of the exhaust from time to time as well. Like, I mean, it's funny, you know, like I like to be sarcastic and joke around a lot. So, you know, like when I'm stirring Semi Veins up, he just actually got himself an FB RX-7. So it's like super mint. But anyways, like I'm like, oh, hey man, next time you go out to the track, make sure you get a bucket and you know, duct tape it around the back of your exhaust so to catch your apex seals as you're going around the track. Like just lame jokes like that, just to stir them up. But you know, like it's all cheek and tongue, you know, as they say. It's just a bit of fun. But anyways, I think that's enough talking and questions. I'm sure this added enough content to the end of the video. But like I said, guys, make sure you add me on Instagram so that the next time I do this, that you can get involved in, I guess, the interaction and the Q&A. And that's about it. So thanks heaps for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, check out all my social media down in the description. And if you want to send me anything, slap stickers and stuff like that, my PO box is there as well. And don't forget, guys, croooober link down in the description, my affiliate link for that. Please share that with everyone you know. It'll really help out the channel heaps and get us to that goal of building something like that or awesome RX-7 FC like I just said. Anyways, that's enough for me. Catch you in the next one, guys. Ja mata ne.